What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Montreal Diecast Cafe, and I am Phil, which you guys hopefully already know about that. If you don't, that means you need to subscribe. You need to smash that button. Help support the channel, helps me out, and it costs you nothing. Anyways, today's video, guys, is the second time I do this video. First time I did it and my mic wasn't working well. I have a brand new mic, guys, because some people have been complaining about the sound, so time to upgrade. So we have a new mic and hopefully the sound's a lot better. But anyways, this is the second time I do this video, and believe me, guys, it is a long video to do. We're gonna look at Fast and Furious. We're gonna check out the Fast and Furious lineup, guys, the full Fast and Furious premium collection, guys. We're gonna look through it car by car on the turntable. Now, as much as there's controversy with the Fast and Furious lineup, people don't like it, people love it. It's a love-hate relationship, okay? But the one thing that you have to remember is that the Fast and Furious franchise and lineups with Mattel is amazing. It is amazing. It brought us so many incredible castings, beautiful castings. Without it, I don't know which way it would have turned. Yes, there's a ton of repeats. Well, ton. That you'll see during the video. There are some that are repeated a little bit more than others, but beyond that, it's well worth it, because there's a lot more new castings than there are repeats. And the repeats really aren't that bad, guys. If you think about it, it gives a chance for new collectors that missed out on the originals to get them. So, I mean, it's not that bad of an deal, okay? Anyhow, we are going to look at them all. And I just have to say, it is an incredible lineup. It really is. As I'm pulling out the cars from my Carney case, which there are a lot. There's over 100 cars for the Fast and Furious series. But as I'm pulling them out, I'm realizing this is a first-time release. This is a first-time release. And you know, it's like, wow, that's so cool. And actually, some of them are in Fast and Furious, but never even made it anywhere else, which is really, really cool. But there are a couple of surprises, okay? The first surprise really being that Mattel has the Honda license and they still have not put out the Black Civic. Our prayers are being answered. I do believe that there's a Fast and Furious release set coming out soon, which does have the Civic. So we are getting luckier. But the second surprise, and this is a very, very big surprise, is the fact that they never did the Supra. It's an iconic car. Actually, the Civic and the Supra are very, very iconic cars from the first movie, the one that took off the whole franchise. And you've got that orange Supra that never made it in the lineup. That's a little strange. A little bit weird for Mattel. That I cannot understand at all. It came out in a garage diorama set, and it also came out in a 2-pack. Those are the only times that that Supra ever made it in premium. But it belongs in the Fast and Furious franchise lineups because it's just not there in none of the series. And that's really crazy. But, you know, Mattel, I guess they have their reasons. Anyhow, this is going to be a very, very long video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I did the Complete Boulevard collection video already. I did the Complete Car Culture collection video already. Those two didn't do so good. I'm kind of surprised. Let's see if the Fast and Furious works. Anyways, guys, let's check it out. Let's set up the camera. Let's set up the turntable and grab some popcorn, guys, because this is going to be a long video. But you're going to see some awesome, awesome Hot Wheels, guys. Let's get to it. Okay, everybody, here we go. We are starting off with, this is, by the way, guys, this is by Wikipedia. I tried to do as much homework as I could over Wikipedia. They're not 100% right. They did make a couple of mistakes. I hope that I fixed the mistakes that they made. But anyways, we're going in series from first release all the way to the last release where we stand now. Okay, so the first release was the debut of 2019 with the Fast Imports, guys. And the Fast Imports #1 car started off with this. Okay, why is it saying that one? It's saying that one. Okay, we're going to start with that one. Is the Nissan Skyline R34, guys. This is the first release. And, well, it makes sense. Very iconic car. And this one was in the Too Fast and Too Furious. Played a small part at the beginning. And it is definitely an iconic car. They definitely did put this one, which is a good thing. Number two, they say, is from Tokyo Drift, guys. And this is the Nissan Silvia S15. Beautiful, beautiful casting as well. Simply gorgeous. A lot of people don't like the deco, but you have to remember, in these times, decos were very, very popular. But she's a beauty. Definitely, definitely a beauty. Nice rims, beautiful color, awesome. Next one. From the Fast 6, they say. This is a 70 Ford Escort. And this one, believe it or not, I thought was repeated tons of times in the Fast and Furious lineup. But it actually wasn't. It appeared just this one time, and that's it. It's been repeated a lot in the Silver series or other series, mainline series with Fast and the Furious. There we've had it a ton of times, but it only appeared once in this Fast and Furious lineup. The next one on the list is the Lamborghini Gallardo, which also appeared in Fast and Furious 6. Another sweet looking casting. We're losing focus, are we? To figure out something about that. Let me just see if we can fix that right away before we have problems. I don't want to lose focus, guys. Now, I may have to show you a little bit more of the turntable than I'd like to, but it might fix it. Let's try with that. Okay, the last one in set 1, first set, is this beautiful, beautiful R32, which was apparently in the Fast and Furious 7. And this is a casting that we also believe has been repeated a ton of times in this series, but it's not one of the most repeated, believe it or not. But she's a beauty. In this midnight black, she's a beauty. Okay, set 2, guys, which is the original Fast. Starting off with the Nissan 240 SX. And this was in Fast and Furious 1, which we definitely know that with these graphics. Very iconic car. And gorgeous as well. She's a beauty. The next one also is a very iconic car. And we have the Mitsubishi Eclipse on these 6 spokes. Beautiful. This casting was very popular. And this, probably the most iconic set of them all is this one that we're on right now, because we also have Dom Toretto's RX-7. And we all know that all these cars I'm showing you here, all 5 of these cars are from Fast and Furious 1. And the next car might surprise you guys, okay? The next one is also an extremely iconic car, but only made it up in the lineup once. And it is the Volkswagen Jetta. This is the MK3, guys. And obviously this is Justy's car, but only made it in this series once. I think it appeared in also a garage diorama, Fast and Furious, with the Supra and the Charger, and that was it. We never saw it again. And actually, this is a casting that just has not been done a ton of times in Hot Wheels at all. So it seems to be a bit of a pretty rare casting. Which makes sense, because when this was on the pegs, it never lasted long. But why Mattel hasn't redone it many times, I don't understand. It is a beautiful casting. It was a convention piece once, but that's it. Okay, last but not least, we have the Nissan Skyline R33 in this gorgeous metallic yellow. And once again, obviously, people don't really care for the deco, but if you're a Fast and Furious fan, it's an iconic car. And these were all from Fast 1. Okay, 3rd series. And the 3rd series is a bit of a surprise series. It was called Quartermile Muscle. Now, the Quartermile Muscle, what was a surprise about it was, well, this was the #1 car. But it wasn't in every case. This is the 70 Chevelle SS, guys, and it was almost considered a chase because it wasn't in every case. Go figure that one. Hey, we made a rhyme. Not bad. But this was the #1 car, and unlucky enough, if you were buying by the case, you might have got 2 of the #2, which is the red version of the 70 Chevelle SS. So you may not have completed a set, even if you bought a case, which would have been a shame. And it was kind of weird that Mattel did that. We never could understand that. But they didn't do that once in this set. They actually did it twice, and I'll explain to that in a second with the 3rd car, because the with the 4th car, because the 3rd car is the Pontiac Trans Am. Very cool car. And the Pontiac Trans Am, let's see, was from Fast and Furious 1 as well, apparently. And so was the Chevelle. They were both in Fast and Furious 1. But I don't remember seeing a gray and a red in Fast and Furious 1. That I don't understand. And I don't remember seeing the Trans Am, actually. But then again, there's 10 Fast and Furious movies. It's hard to remember every single car that were in them. But here is where Mattel threw that wrench again in this set. Because we have the 67 Camaro, but there was a variation. And not a lot of people knew about this variation. Now, this apparently was in the Fast and Furious 6. But if you look at the grille, this one had a chrome grille. Well, there was actually a version that had the black grille. So people went crazy when they found out for that. And we're trying to get all the 67 Camaros just to find the black grill version. So two kind of chases in one series Mattel decides to throw at us. The next car, number 5 in this set, is the Mustang Boss 302 from Fast and Furious 6. Very cool casting. Very beautiful casting. And this is actually a casting that I try to collect all of them on. But this one is beautiful and it's white. Okay, set number 4, everybody, which is the Furious Off-Road. Starting with number 1, Subaru WRX STI from Fast and Furious 7. Not to be confused with the STI used in the Fast and Furious 4. The one in 4 was actually gray and black. But this car actually was used in 2 movies. Very, very sweet. Brand new casting. The Mercedes G-Class. Beautiful car. This one is from Fast and Furious 6. Came without the hard top. Beautiful in this green. The next one is the Land Rover 110. Now, the Land Rover Defender, it will make a few appearances in the Fast and Furious lineup, guys. But there is also the Land Rover 90. So there is 2 versions of the Land Rover in the Fast and Furious. So we thought it was repeated over and over again, but you had to be careful. Next one was a brand new casting only for the Fast and Furious and could only be released in Fast and Furious. Is this off-road Camaro. But actually they did release it in Car Culture again. They did do the off-road Camaro in an off-road set. But this car was actually built for the Fast and Furious. Definitely a cool looking 67. Definitely. Or actually, this might be a 68. It says 67 though. Okay. Very, very cool. Now, this next one surprises me a lot. The H1 Hummer. Another casting that Hot Wheels just has not done a ton of times. Actually, I think there was only one other version of the H1 Hummer done in premium. I might be wrong, don't quote me on it, but it's just a casting you don't see. You don't see a lot this one. So very, very glad that they brought it out for Fast and Furious, and it's just a good way to get it into your collection. Because to find it otherwise, very tough. Okay, that's 4 sets, guys. Number 5 from 2019 is Fast Rewind, a set that just did not get much love at all, guys. Starting with the MX-3. Now, these are older cars with the Fast and Furious graphics on it, which is probably why it didn't do so well. And second being that they actually weren't in the movie. I don't believe any of them were actually in the movie. So it's probably why this set didn't do so good. If they released this set without graphics, maybe it would have done better. The next one in this set is the C10. I think it's the C210 Skyline. Yeah, the Nissan Skyline C210. And this one actually is really, really nice looking. Now, once again, that's probably the graphics that people didn't like, but you got that original metallic flake yellow, which is just beautiful on this car. And the next one being one of my favorites, the Hakoska Skyline HT2000 GTX or GTX in Brian's Skyline livery. Cool looking car. Very cool. And I actually like the graphics on it. I like the old and new version. I think it's kind of cool. But really wasn't a big hit. And the next one too. The next one too actually looks pretty good as a car itself. And it has DK's 300 ZX graphics on it. And I do believe that this one actually got picked up off the pegs. And I think it's more to do with its cool color combination, the gray and black, and the fact that DK's 300 ZX never made it in the series. It's another car that just never made it in the Fast and Furious lineup, guys. Very, very surprising. But this one definitely didn't, because it just didn't exist in the series, guys. So, next one, definitely a bit of a peg warmer, was the Silvia. Silvia CSP 311 in this graphics. Not quite as nice as the original one, which we all know is right there. And probably why it was a bit of a peg warmer. But nevertheless, it's from a set that just didn't get a lot of love. Next set, and I believe it is the beginning of 2020, guys. And it is the Fast Tuners. First set of 2020. And we have the RX-7 Mazda from Fast and Furious 2. Pretty cool. Now the next casting was gorgeous. This is a superb casting. And it is the Nissan Silvia S15. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. Simply beautiful. And apparently this was in Fast and Furious 1. Simply beautiful. Love the side mirrors. Just works perfectly. And the next one too was actually a very cool looking casting. But the graphics, once again, probably didn't hit with everybody. And this is the 240SX. Also from Fast and Furious 1. Now the next casting was hoarded by everybody. And why not? It was the first release of the Honda EG, which they say it was in Fast and Furious 1 as well. I don't remember it in this color. I don't remember it seeing, but like I said, 10 movies ago was a long time. But this one definitely did not sit on the pegs long at all. It was gobbled up by everybody. And it makes sense. Next was another brand new casting for Fast and Furious, was Mr. Nobody's Subaru WRX ST1 from Fast and Furious 4. Beautiful, beautiful casting. Extremely well executed. Now that's 6 sets we've gone through. Amazingly enough. Set number 7 Well, finally they brought her out. Motor City Muscle, guys. We get the F-150 Lightning. Very important car from the first series. From the Fast and Furious 1. Only took them 7 sets to bring it out. Not bad. Not bad. Then we have the Gran Torino 72. Beautiful. Got the chrome interior, which I'm not a really huge fan of, but it does look a lot like the movie car, guys. And this was a villain's car in Fast and Furious 4. Don't remember the villain's name. I forget that guy's name. But anyway, that was his car. Another iconic car. The next one, a beauty. We've got the 87 Grand National GNX, guys. From Fast and Furious 1, apparently. I don't remember this in 1 either. I think this was more in, was it 1? I don't know. I think it was more on the 5 or the 4, I think, that we saw the Grand National, guys, movie. Can't remember exactly. It was with Dom and Letty, where they went under the oil truck, the gas truck. I don't think that was Fast and Furious 1, guys. But anyways, it does say on Wikipedia, Fast and Furious 1. You guys let me know in the comments. I'm pretty sure it's wrong. Next, beautiful casting. Casting I do love very, very much. And it is the 66 Nova, guys, in this gold. And the 66 Nova apparently was in the Fast and Furious 5. Beautiful casting. And the next one is a gorgeous, gorgeous casting. So glad that they brought this one out. We've got the 61 Impala from Fast and Furious 8. This was the race in Cuba. This was the car, well, this was Dom's car that he gave to his, I believe it's, wasn't his brother, eh? It was a friend or something, I don't know. Anyways, this was Dominic's car and he ended up giving it, he gave it away to somebody. But still, it's a beautiful car. Just simply stunning. Okay, number 8 was Full Force. Now, Full Force, we've finally seen some repeats happen. And that's Dominic Toretto's RX-7. And it's the first repeat of the series, guys. Now things start getting a little interesting. But it's still a beautiful car. Next, they bring in the 2017 Acura NSX from Fast and Furious 9. It's actually a costume I'm not 100% crazy about, but still, it is a well-executed casting from Mattel. Number 3 is the Plymouth GTX, guys. And this one looks really good and it's black. The black on black with the white stripes looks really, really nice on this car. And apparently this was in Fast and Furious 8 as well. Brand new casting is the Jaguar XE Project 8, which apparently appeared in Fast 9. The one with John Cena. Actually, Fast 9 was probably my worst movie. Was the worst one, in my opinion, of all the Fast and Furiouses. It just didn't strike a bell with me, that one. So it's going to be a little bit tough for me to remember the cars because I only saw the movie once and I never went back to it. I should go back to it again, actually, because from what I'm seeing on Wikipedia, there's some pretty nice cars that came out of that movie. Anyway, surprise, surprise, guys, with the number 5 car from this set, we finally see Dom Toretto's Charger. We finally see it. The 70 Dodge Charger RT finally makes its debut. And we all know that this guy was in Fast 1. But it took him a long time to bring it out. 8 sets it took him to bring it out. It's funny how some of the most iconic cars either didn't make it or took a long time to come out. And speaking about a long time to come out, next set, number 9, quick shifters, guys. And the quick shifters starts off with Suzuki's Honda. Now, this was a well-anticipated car. A lot of people were waiting for this one to come out. And they finally brought it out. Another iconic car. Now, we all know that this was in Fast and Furious 1. The next one, right here, R33. Nissan Skyline, guys. This was from Tokyo Drift. Now, it could be in either 2 places. I do believe that this is the car that Han circles or drifts around in the city with the 2 girls in it. I think this is the car. If it's not that one, it's one of the ones that were drifting down the mountain. But I do believe this is the one that took place in the city. Cool looking car. Very cool looking car. Next is the 2003 Honda NSX Type R from Fast 5, they say. And this one actually had a wheel variation, guys. I never did find the variation, but it did have apparently a wheel variation. So there were 2 from this set. The quick shifters. And the next one is the 70 Plymouth AAR CUDA, guys. This one is pretty sweet as well. And was in Fast and Furious 6. Beautiful car. Love this one. Matte hood, gloss paint everywhere else. Just a cool looking car. The last one from this set is the 65 Corvette Stingray that appeared in Fast 8. Pretty sweet. Little wide body on this. Really, really nice looking car. Okay, now the next one, which is set number 10. I'm a little bit, I don't know. This surprises me a little bit. Number 1, we have the Aston Martin DB5. Okay, now the Aston Martin DB5, they say, appeared in Fast and Furious 6. Now, my mind's a little blurry because this is such a beautiful, beautiful, iconic car. Really, really hard car to miss. Yet, I just don't remember seeing it in the Fast and Furious movies. Don't remember where it appeared. But Wikipedia says it was in the Fast and Furious 6. I'm going to have to check that movie, I believe. Beautiful car. Beautiful casting. Next one, McLaren 720S. And we all know where this car came in. It definitely was in a movie. But it was in an off movie of the Fast and Furious. A spin-off. It was called Hobbs and Shaw. Well, this is Shaw's car. And what a cool car. So it's funny, they can do a car from Hobbs and Shaw, but they can't do the iconic cars from Fast and Furious, some of them. I don't understand. Anyhow, we do have the Lamborghini Aventador, which is next. And this was apparently in Fast and Furious 7. Not one of the best castings. Those back wheels tucked right into the fenders just looks a little bit off. You needed wider wheels. And, well, it's just a casting that didn't get a lot of love, and for good reasons. It's just not one of Hot Wheels' best Lamborghini castings. And it's a shame, because it's black on black, which would have been real nice if they did it correctly. But speaking about doing correctly, they definitely did the next one very well. And it is the BMW M3 E36 from Fast and Furious 2. Very nice casting. This is really nice. Now, one thing I'm going to say, guys, this casting does not have side mirrors, but does not bother me. For some reason, does not bother me. But this next one, I'm going to say it again, guys, like I always do. Anybody that knows my channel is going to say, oh no, not again. BMW M3 E46 from Fast and Furious 7. No side mirrors, which bothers me. On this car, it just bothers me. For some reason, I don't know why, it just bothers me with no mirrors. Now, a little story about this car. This car here was probably one of the biggest peg warmers that they could have. From the Fast and Furious lineup, I would say that this was probably the car that just almost started peg fires. It was really warming up the pegs. But you know, Mattel, they couldn't just release it once. They had to release it 3 times in the Fast and Furious series. You're going to see it 2 more times, guys. And every single time, it warmed the pegs. But maybe if they put side mirrors on it, it wouldn't have warmed the pegs. But anyway, let's move on. We will move on to, what series are we on? Series 11, which is the Fast Stars. Fast Stars, we have the Mitsubishi Eclipse from Fast 1 again. And I actually like these wheels on the car better. I like them better than the chrome 6 spokes that were on the first one. I know they're gray. I know they're unpainted, but they just look better. To me, this was the perfect Mitsubishi casting. Well, I mean, it's the same casting, but Mitsubishi with the right type of wheels for it. Just looks so much better for some reason. Looks much better than this one for some reason. Anyway, you guys let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not, but that's my opinion. The next one, we've got the 92 Ford Mustang, apparently from Fast 9. Now, I don't remember where this one was in Fast 9. I do believe the Mustang at the beginning where John Cena was driving. I don't think it was this one. I think it was the blue one with the white stripes. You guys are going to see that coming up. But they say that this one was in Fast 9. Very possible. But very cool. Nevertheless, very cool casting. Now the next casting is brand new for Fast and Furious. And I don't think they actually released it anywhere else yet. I think it's only been Fast and Furious, if I'm not mistaken. May have come out in Car Culture after, but I just don't remember right now. That is the Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk, guys. Trackhawk, sorry. And this was apparently in Fast and Furious 9 as well. And that is a beauty. Really, really beautiful truck. Got swallowed up off the pegs very quickly. Did not sit at all. Very, very, very cool. Another very crazy casting for Fast and Furious is the wide body Dodge Charger with the rear engine, which was also from the Fast and Furious 9. This is a very cool casting. Very well done by Mattel. Love the wide body stance, the fenders extended, just a cool looking Charger. And those wheels, brown gold wheels. You just don't see that on everyday castings. Very, very cool. Okay, a casting that just gets no love whatsoever at all, no matter where it's released. And it was first released, obviously, for the Fast and Furious, and it is the Lycan. The Lycan Hypersport, guys. A casting that just, I don't know, nobody likes. Very, very strange because it's a very cool looking car. Now they redid this one in black for car culture, and the black version is definitely a little bit nicer. Maybe it's the color on this one that threw people off. Because I believe the one in the movie was actually red. But anyway, just didn't get any love, guys. That finishes that set. Next set is the Fast Superstars, which is set number 12, everybody. And we finally see the B&R 34 Skyline in a clean, clean blue. Very sweet. Now, I don't remember seeing what movie this one came from. I don't remember seeing the just clean blue version. But it had to be there somewhere. Beautiful casting. Beautiful casting. And once again, the second time appearing is the 70 Chevelle SS in primer gray. Second time we see this one. So as you can see, there will be repeats starting up soon here. Next one, very cool casting. Once again, they played with the Dodge Charger and they came up with this off-road. And this one we know was in the Fast and Furious 5, right? Or 6. 6, I think. The one with the God's Eye. So it might actually be 7. 6 or 7, guys. I'm mistaken. But anyways, it was in one of those. Very, very cool looking car, though. This one is really special. And like I said, they're playing around the Dodge Charger, which is amazing. Now, for the Fast and Furious lineup, Mattel finally changes the Chevy Nova, guys. And we got the perfect Chevy Nova because of the Fast and Furious lineup. And she is a stunner. Very, very beautiful, very, very clean. Just an awesome, awesome car. Last one from this set is the Toyota GR Supra in matte orange and matte black. And this one, they say, is from the Fast and Furious 9. Very sweet. Okay, let us move on to set number 13. And set number 13 starts us off with the car. Well, it should have came out a little earlier, but it didn't. It is another S2000. And we all know where this one is. We know this movie. This was from the Fast and Furious one as well. This, I believe, was DK's car. One of the villains. Actually, the main villain. Very sweet. Next one. Now, this is the one, I think, Custom Mustang. This is the one I think that John Cena was driving at the beginning of Fast 9. I could be wrong, guys. Okay, don't quote me on it. You can let me know in the comments, but I think this Mustang is more likely the one he was driving instead of the turquoise one. Very cool. Very cool. Brand new casting for Fast and Furious, everybody. Dodge Charger Hellcat SRT wide body, guys, from the Fast and Furious 9. How cool is that? We do get a better version of it in the Fast and Furious. This one is a nice one on its own, but like I say with black cars all the time, you don't see the details. And for it being a brand new casting, I would much rather see it in another color. But it looks awesome. Don't get me wrong, it looks awesome. Next one, Fast and Furious 9 as well. Jeep Gladiator, guys. Very cool as well. This is a nice casting. Lots of detail and just overall cool. And last but not least from this set, the premiere of the Land Rover Defender 90. Not to be mistaken with the 110, guys. This is a short box. Pretty cool. And this one also was, no, not also, sorry. This one was in the Fast 6. Okay, the next set. Well, the next set, guys, believe it or not, that is the end of 2021, right? 2021, yeah. Now, the funny thing is that 2022, they didn't release any Fast and Furious. Well, technically, they didn't release any Fast and Furious. They did release a 5-car set for retro entertainment, Fast and Furious. But it was not part of the Fast and Furious lineup. It was for retro entertainment, guys. And this set just did not take off well at all for some reason. They gave us this car, and they were all on black wheels. Every car. So I'm not sure if that's what did it, that made it not so popular, but it just really didn't take off, like I say. There's this one. There's the Acura. We got the R34 again. We got the 240 SX again. And last but not least, we got another release of the Eclipse. And as you can see, they were all released on black wheels, and the cards were very colorful. So I don't know which threw off the set. It was either the extremely cartoonish cards or it was the black wheels. I don't know why, but it really just was not one of the most popular of the sets. But anyways, also, with that being said, 2021 was the finishing of naming the sets. So we really, during 2022, we really thought that there was going to be no more Fast and Furious. They stopped the lineup and that was it. Well, 2023 came around and they started releasing them again. But it was 2023 Mix 1. It was no longer names. So this is the first one from Mix 1. We have the HKS Mazda. Now from here on, guys, I'm not going to tell you what movies they were in because a lot of these are just cars that probably appeared not for long, so I don't remember seeing them. Okay, especially this HKS Mazda. I just don't remember seeing one with this livery in the movie. But anyways, we do have the second release of the off-road Camaro. It is different paint. This one is in matte, where the other one was in a gloss. So it is a little bit, at least the paint is different, but the same car. So it is definitely repeated. The next one is also a repeat, but a welcomed repeat because it is the Trailhawk Cherokee. And, well, we know that the first release of this one was so popular that they had to do it again. The first one was gloss as well, and then it was re-released in this matte. But I was glad to get both versions of it, just a beauty. And it's not Trailhawk, I keep making a mistake, it's Trackhawk. Sorry, guys. The next is a beautiful, beautiful casting, which I'm very, very glad that they put in the Fast and Furious. And it is the Porsche Cayman 718 GT4. And they say that this one was in the Fast and Furious 1. Cool, cool casting. Just simply gorgeous. And last, which is really, really funny that they put this, must have been some kind of joke Mattel was doing, I don't know why, because it looked like it belonged in the first set that I said from 2022 there. They put the B&R 34, and this definitely was not loved at all. A lot of people complained about this one. I mean, you just put out a cool looking set and then you throw this one in at the end. And this one definitely looks like it belonged in the retro entertainment set that I just showed you. Really does not look like it belonged, but did not get a lot of love, this car. But mix number 2 definitely got a bit of love, and especially with this guy. Very, very iconic car from Fast and Furious 2. We waited for this one to come out. Well, us muscle car junkies really, really waited for this one to come out. And just love it in these colors. Simply gorgeous. I mean, it's exactly what it looked like in the movie, and it's just perfect. So happy to get this one. The next one also is an extremely cool casting, and apparently was in Sean Hobbs, this one, the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ60. Very, very cool. Beautiful, beautiful casting. Probably the most popular of the of this set, to be honest with you. The next one, as we know, is the second time it appears, and as a second release, still didn't get any love. It is a different color. It is a different shade of red, as you can see. One is darker, one is lighter. So they did try to improve it, I guess, a bit, but still managed to be a miss. We have the second release of the 71 Plymouth GTX. And it is exactly the same as the first one. So anybody who missed the first one did get another chance. But as you can see so far, guys, there are some repeats, but not extreme repeats. But I can't speak too fast because there will be an extreme repeat soon. Second release, and not too far within either, is the wide body Charger. I mean, it was released, what? 3 sets before this one. They put it out again. But why not? It's a beautiful casting. Okay, mix number 3, and actually set number 16, guys. We got the custom Acura Integra Sedan GSR. Very cool casting. I believe this one did not get a lot of love because of the graphics as well, but it was a brand new casting. It's so cool looking. So cool. Love the color on it. But the next one definitely got no love. The next one, a lot of people complained actually about it. It is the Nissan Maxima. There were tons and tons of complaints about this one. A lot of people say it didn't even look like a Maxima, just completely off. Everything about it just really did not. It was an anticipated car. A lot of people couldn't wait for this car to come out. And when it did, they said it was a disappointment. Me personally, I think it's still a cool looking car. It may not be 100% accurate, may not be perfect, but still, just got something about it that looks kind of cool. But anyway, my gripe, as we all know, is number 3 in the set. The second release of this beautiful peg warmer. Now, guys, we all know the casting is incredible. A beautiful, beautiful casting. So well executed by Mattel. But Jesus, put those side mirrors on it. I mean, it warmed the pegs the first release. Warmed them hard. Now you got the second time, and it's warming the pegs again. It's joining its first release of peg warming. I mean, I don't know, Mattel. Anyhow, this is the second time round on that one. It is the second time round on this one. The Mustang, custom Mustang. Still a cool casting, though. Still a cool casting. Last one from the set. First release of the Alfa Romeo Giulia. Well, in the Fast and Furious, guys. Giulia or Giulia, I'm not sure how to pronounce it 100%, guys. I'm sure someone's going to let me know in the comments. But here she is in her orange with black stripes. Surprisingly enough, when this was released, it was a peg warmer. Surprisingly enough. And it's actually a peg warmer still. You can actually still buy this car in Walmart because one of the latest releases of the Fast and Furious repeated this casting again. And, well, the Walmarts around me have so many of these cars that I could probably ship one to everybody in the world. Now, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but she's a serious peg warmer. And it's sad because it's such a cool looking car. Okay, that is mix number 3, set 16. We have set F-17 mix number 4. Starting off with, well, finally they put the Toyota Supra, guys. Number 1, they put the Toyota Supra. Why in these graphics? I really don't understand. I mean, you just put out the Supra, the first time in the Fast and Furious lineup, and you can't put the iconic Supra? I mean, really? What the hell are you thinking, Mattel? You put a graphics on it that didn't even exist in the movie, instead of putting the graphics that actually existed. I think somebody needed to wake up there, Mattel. Really, honestly. And maybe still does, because like I said, it has not been released in the mixes yet, and we still haven't seen it at all. So, I don't know. That's a question that only Mattel can answer. Number 2. Land Rover Defender 110, extended box, obviously, in military green. And this one is beautiful. Love this color much better than the black. So cool looking. For some reason, it just looks more off-road in this color. Next is the second release of the Chevy Nova. At this point, I really don't care how many times they release this, because we're so used to the old Chevy Nova that Mattel did. This is just so much of a welcomed casting. But we do need it in another color now. They keep putting it in this color. Next is a fabulous, fabulous casting, and has not been released since, to be honest with you. We're talking about the 91 BMW M5. And what a gorgeous, gorgeous casting. But like I said, has not been released anywhere else yet. Only this casting in the Fast and Furious. That's it. And she's beautiful. Perfectly, perfectly executed. Second time around for the Lamborghini Huracan. Gallardo, sorry. In gold. Next, we have 2024 starting, everybody. And 2024 Mix 1 came out with this beautifully executed A86 Toyota Terreno. Finally, they revamped this casting and made just a simply gorgeous, gorgeous version. It is beautiful. Mattel did an excellent job on creating this one. And believe it or not, the next casting, we have the Ford RS 200, and this is a simply beautifully executed casting as well. Whether you like the Ford or not, it is just beautiful. They did such a good job on this, and it's so clean in white. And then once again, we have the second release of the AAR CUDA. And then we have the second release of the R33 in black. So as you can see, a lot of these cars have been released, yes, twice. Okay? Not too much of an extreme. We have the Honda NSX R, again, second release of this one. And then we have set number 19, mix number 2. And we have the second release of the Sylvia. S15. And then we have a brand new casting, which really didn't get a lot of love at all, which really surprises me as well, is the Toyota Soarer. I have no idea why this one did not get a lot of love. I mean, it's a brand new casting. We all begged for brand new castings, and then we get one. And she is gorgeous, this one. Just gorgeous. But seems to be a miss. No idea why. No idea. And then, well, this is where the dance begins. Another release of the Torino. So that is the second repeat of the Torino. We have the second repeat of the Boss 302. And last from this set, but not least, Mattel decides that 2 times wasn't enough. I mean, we only got the pegs on high heat. Mattel wanted the pegs on fire. They wanted them to burn. So they released it again. And I still think you can find this in stores now. And the Walmarts are starting to take them off the pegs because they're just too hot. You can't touch pegs anymore. There's so much of a peg warmer. Mattel, come on, 3 times, really? And still no Supra. Come on. Can't figure it out. I just can't figure it out. Anyway, off with that one. Let us move on to Mix 3. We get the second release of the Acura Integra. Are you guys starting to see a little pattern here? We're moving into the newer Fast and Furiouses, and it looks like Mattel was running out of ideas. So they're doing a lot of repeats, more at the end. Well, believe me guys, it does get better. They released this bad boy right here. Mercedes-Benz SEL 500. And just simply beautiful. Just simply gorgeous. I love the half open window on the driver's side. I mean, it is such a cool looking casting. And has not been done again yet. Now that's the way the Fast and Furious should be going, guys. And then we get this beautiful, beautiful Porsche 911 Carrera RS. Simply beautiful. Getting out of the repeats. Well, that is something special. Because the next casting as well was definitely a hit. We've got the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ43, guys. Brand new casting for Fast and Furious, and just simply beautiful. Just fantastic. Another gorgeous casting released for the Fast and Furious. Okay, let us move into Mix 4. Last mix of 2024. Last one of the last set. Land Rover Defender. Second release of this one. And this was car number 5 from Mix 3. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's move on. Now, Mix 4 is the last set for 2024. And we got the second release of the F-150 Lightning. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Last, I believe it's the last, no, it's the last repeat in this set, guys. We get this gorgeous 96 Nissan 180 SX. Beautifully clean, beautiful in this blue, and awesome, awesome casting. The next one as well. Brand new casting again. We get the Chevy Caprice. Look how sweet that is. Now this one did not last long on the pegs at all. Simply gorgeous. Can't wait to see what more they do with this casting in premium. Because this is still the first and only release of this one. And the next one too is a beautiful casting. The Bentley, well this is the Bentley RS, I think. I'm not too sure. Doesn't say, it just said Bentley. But this is more the race version of the Bentley. And it is, I was super excited to see this one come out. Honestly, couldn't wait for it to get to premium. And she is just stunning. Simply stunning. Love the color on it. And the next one, another brand new casting for Fast and Furious, guys, and they nailed it, Mattel. Toyota FJ Cruiser, guys. How cool is that? It is such a cool looking truck. And Mattel did a great job. Actually, this black, well, it is a matte black. Matte black always has that little bit of shine to it that you can see the lines a little bit better than a gloss. And it really does stand out. Okay, number. This is the beginning of 2025, everybody. And they started off with, well, the third release of this one too. The Chevelle SS in primer gray. It's actually the fourth release of the casting, but third release of it in this color. I don't know why they did that again, but anyways. But after doing that, they gave us this phenomenal casting. We've got the Viper. And look how beautiful this Viper is. This is the 2003 Dodge Viper, guys. And look how beautiful. That is such an improvement from the original Viper design. Simply amazing. Then we have the Nissan 370Z. Very cool. Can't understand why they didn't put these graphics on it. I mean, the car actually came with these graphics, but they put them on this one instead of putting it on that one. I don't know. The design team, sometimes, I don't know. Anyways, it's a beautiful casting, guys. Land Rover Defender 110 again. This time in matte black. I think it's, yeah, this is the second release in matte black. Third release in total of the Land Rover Defender 110. So there are 3 cars that made it 3 times in the Fast and Furious lineup. Heading down to the end, guys. Last one from this set of Mix 1 2025, the McLaren Senna. And this is a superb casting. Just superb. They did a phenomenal job on what they could with this. Just beautiful. Okay, set number 23. Mix number 2. Second release of the Mazda in HKS. Very nice indeed. Third release of the R33 in black. But Nissan Skyline is always very popular, and well, this one is definitely not going to be a peg warmer at any time. Now here is a proper version of the Dodge Charger Hellcat, guys. Look at all the detail you can see in this color. That is simply stunning. Love it in this color. Like the black, but this one I find is much nicer. Much nicer. Now it is the third release of this casting, but first time in this color. Okay. Now for the one that's still on the pegs today. Again, like I said, second release of this, second release in this color. It is the Alfa Romeo, and it's orange and black. And this one you can still find in stores now. I know our stores, like I said, are full. The pegs are full of this. And it's a shame. Cool looking car. Okay, last from this set. And what a beauty to end it with. We have the Chevy Impala in this purple. And that is just gorgeous. I love this car. Couldn't wait for it to come out. Just love it. And the color, I mean, just looks great on it too for some reason. A pastel, purplish pink. Just looks kind of cool. Really sweet casting. And this one actually did not warm the pegs at all. Last set, well, that I have for now. We're still in 2025, guys. So we do have the, well, technically third release of this car. But like I said, the second release, the second time it was released was in the Retro Entertainment version. So, well, technically then it makes it the second time in the Fast and Furious series that this is released. Very cool. Very cool. But that's it. Now, we have this bad boy here. Lamborghini, guys. Okay, we have the Lamborghini LM002. Very cool. Very cool. Great to see these new castings coming out. And you see, this is what's important about the Fast and Furious. Yes, we do get repeats. But wow, do you get some really cool castings as well. And if this one is not cool enough, well, maybe this one will be. Because we finally got a perfect version of the Koenigsegg. Now, this one is not like the other two, but the execution of this one is perfect. This is such a beautiful casting. Might actually be casting of the year for me. And as far as I love it, Fast and Furious finally made the perfect Roadrunner, guys. The perfect Roadrunner. Now, the last car from the whole series and the last car of this video goes to a repeat. But at least Mattel put it in a gloss instead of a matte this time. So we did change the paint. It's not exactly like its first release. It is different. But that is the Toyota Supra GR and the end of the Fast and Furious as of what I have now. So guys, like I said, gonna be a long video, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully maybe you learned something. And well, you guys let me know in the comments. Till next time, be safe, be well, happy hunting everybody. Ciao.